What is going on, guys? All in day 104. Um, let's just go over what we were dealt with today. So you can look, we're clearly bearish on the daily, coming off this daily gap. 4 hour bearish, broke structure here. Continued to move lower, respecting 4 hour gaps, 4 hour structure. We end up sweeping these lows. We had this low that could have been swept. We had this low that got swept. And then we had some LR up here at these highs, but it's way too far. ES was looking about the same. We saw price looked pretty overextended coming into market open because we were already at these lows and taking out these draws. These are really my draws in liquidity for the day. Price didn't come down far enough to even hit Asia down here. So we ended up just reversing back to the upside. But what happened was, price came into this 4 hour, sweeping these highs, breaking structure on the 1 hour actually. Ended up respecting this 1 hour gap. And so we moved higher. That's on ES. On NQ, we didn't see that. We see price respecting the 4 hour, moving lower. And we see, right, the 1 hour break structure, and then price inverses this 1 hour gap, continues to sweep out liquidity, move higher. So I think there's some type of order block down here, I'm pretty sure, that price probably tapped into, moving higher. But the only setup that really caught my eye today that didn't play out, that's why I didn't take a trade, was this one right here. So market opened right here at 9:30. We're inside this 15-minute and respecting. ES is also inside this 15-minute right here and respecting, right? So the only way I was going to take longs was if I saw price break structure to the upside, all that jazz. So like I said, my draws are around here. This draw got taken out pretty much at market open. So you can see there was a setup coming into market open. Price pretty much just came up, swept the highs, respected the 5-minute, came into the 15-minute. Pretty much what happened yesterday, but didn't do a 1,000-point move. I think it looks better on NQ. Yeah. So right at market open, price was already sweeping the 5-minute highs up here, coming into the 15-minute, respecting, breaking structure on the 1-minute, coming down to the lows, sweeping out this draw right here. That was pretty much the only draw on liquidity that I had until it got taken. And once I got taken, it's pretty much game over from there. I was wanting to see these draws get taken, but luckily we didn't get it. Price started chopping up here, and I was like, okay, maybe it does want to come back up into this 15, sweep these 5-minute. So right here, we ended up getting an SMT that didn't play out. So this high, and then this high up to this high, right? We just started chopping, as you can see. So, there's some entries like here, price inverse this gap, but this was just looking way ugly. I think on it, and I wanted to take the trade on NQ. It's leading to the downside. So we inverse this gap like crazy. RR would have been fucking disgusting. So no trade. And so we just started chopping, broke structure to the upside. And so I was waiting. Okay, maybe price wants to come up to this LR up here. Because we had swept these highs. That was also drawing liquidity to the upside. We had this LR up here. Maybe it wants to come up here. But once it swept these highs and I saw it kind of slowing down, chopping up, it was getting late into market open, decided to get off. And that was probably the best answer to preserve capital. If I'm not seeing a setup that looks good with good structure, I'm not taking it. So yeah, we ended up just doing some bullshit for the rest of the day. Broke structure to the upside, took out my draws up here, and just chopped up. What would have looked good was probably some shorts off this, and if it wasn't so late in the market open, I would have taken it. We had got this break of structure here after we swept the highs, these hourly highs, right? Swept the hourly highs, broke structure to the downside, and then we ended up respecting this equilibrium right here. Respected, tapped into it right here, broke structure to the downside right here. That would have been the best type of trade, trading down to these lows, or sorry, these lows, which would have been insane, but it was just not looking, it wasn't looking that good. Maybe if it was 940, 950, when I like to look for an entry, but yeah. So, ending off the week looking pretty shitty. I want to say we did do so much better than last week. Last week was just emotional trading, if I must say. Lots of just win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. And that's just been happening for months straight, pretty much. And now this week, we didn't take we didn't take as many trades as we did previous month, this month, because we were taking a lot of trades, and I feel like I was putting in a lot of volume, and most of the trades, as you can see, were just bad trades, emotional decisions, emotional trades. And of recently, yeah, this was a phenomenal trade that I took Wednesday, and honestly, I don't even know what this is. Honestly, wasn't disappointed about it. It sucked that I didn't get full take profit. Got ticked out. Break even. Price ran down to my TP, but we took some profit, and that's all that matters. Really just focusing on capital. Capital preservation, because this account has been, I've been through it with this account, man. I've survived 2 months worth of just dog shit with this account, and most of the trades I would have already probably passed the account if it wasn't for all the trades that I had taken that were bad and made poor decisions on. So I'd like to say this week, yeah, despite not a lot of setups presenting, I have been preserving a lot of capital, being very defensive, and it's a good test of my mental capabilities. It's a good test of my strategy and my rules, and having that self-control, because those last 2 months I was just trading. I was like, okay, if I see a setup, I'm going to enter, and just simply not the way. I knew I was missing something, and that was just not the way to do it. But yeah, I mean, the plan is to see days where these are missing, green, missing, green, missing. Over time I'll build it up, maybe a couple losses here and there, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 losses this month, and then another 5 last month, and they're pretty big losses. So we need more days like this, and it might be the smallest winning day, but it was a beautiful trade, and I acted on it, executed properly, did everything I was supposed to. And if we could bring that on a consistent basis over a long period of time, we'll pass the account, become profitable, we'll get payouts. So that is the course that I'm on right now. Let's do that boring work that you're supposed to do with this trading shit, to be consistent with your rules, following them, the way that you think, perceive the markets. And you got to think, I've been thinking recently, it's like, man, oh man, do I want it so bad? Do I want the payout? Do I want my life to change forever? And to learn the skill. And me thinking that way and rushing the process is causing me to trade every single day, take a trade every single day, win or loss, win or loss. And it's just, it's something I had to go through and have to go through um, to realize that that's not the way you're supposed to be trading. And something in turn to make me profitable. Because this recently, it's just been like, I want it to change now. And, because I see all this stuff on social media, but you got to think all the stuff on social media, the stuff that you see, you never saw the behind the scenes of that, what people had to go through, what people went through, how much time it took, all of that. So you always got to think everybody's on their own journey, on their own time. Everybody perceives the market differently, trades differently, you know. Your trading strategy, your perspective is only tailored to you. You might have a similar outlook on the market or the way that you perceive it, but it's not the exact same as somebody else. You'll never have the exact same outlook, perception of how you see the market. And recently, I've just been keep telling myself that over and over again, that everybody's journey is different. Everybody's journey takes a different amount of time. Some people's is quicker than others. Some people's is slower than others. Because it's all based on you. This trading shit cannot be compared to anybody else. You can't compare yourself to other people because in reality, every single person has a unique journey, has a unique way of thinking. Every single person. I do, you do. Person next to you, every single person. So you got to remember that it'll happen on your time, your journey, your path, when it is right and when it is due for you. Because I have multiple friends, I've got payouts, I've yet to see a single one. And yeah, it sucks. But then again, everybody's on their own journey. So just remember that. That being said, I'm going to end out of the week. One trade. It was a great one. The rest of the days have been dog shit. So, that being said, hope y'all enjoyed this one. Hope y'all can learn something and incorporate it within your trading, your life. So I will see y'all next week. Peace.